Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at 2 Kings chapters 20 and 21. We've been back and forth between some of the Old Testament historical books and some of those prophetic books like the book of Isaiah. We're going to continue journeying through Israel's history as we're in Hezekiah's final years and then the tragic rise of King Manasseh. Let's take a look now at 2 Kings chapter 20. In this chapter, we see that Hezekiah becomes deathly ill, and the prophet Isaiah tells him to get his house in order because he's going to die. Verse 2 and 3 says, "Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed." God hears his prayer and grants him 15 more years of life. He even provides a miraculous sign. The shadow of the sundial moves backward, which is not normal, by the way. But the story takes a pretty tragic turn in verse 12. It says, "At that time, Merodach-Baladan sent envoys with letters and a present. Hezekiah shows them everything, his treasuries, his armory, all his resources, and Isaiah rebukes him, telling him that everything of his is going to be carried off to Babylon." Hezekiah's response? Well, as he says in verse 19, "The word of the Lord is good. There will be peace and security in my days." His faith had been deep in the midst of crisis, but now his vision seems short-sighted. Though he ends well in terms of national peace, his legacy will quickly unravel upon his death. 2 Kings chapter 21, we see Hezekiah's son, Manasseh, who will begin reigning for 55 years, longer than any other king in Judah. But there's a problem. His reign is marked by some pretty tremendous moments of wickedness and evil. He rebuilds the high places that Hezekiah had torn down. He builds altars to other gods like Baal and Asherah. He practices things like sorcery, divination, and even child sacrifice. He sheds innocent blood throughout Jerusalem. Because of Manasseh's sins, God declares in verse 13, "I will wipe Jerusalem as one wipes a dish, wiping it and turning it upside down." His son Amon follows in his footsteps, serving idols, forsaking God, and doing all things evil. And then he's assassinated by his own servants after only 2 years. The people rise up and take his young son Josiah as king, setting the stage for a future renewal. A one-line summary here is that God hears our humble prayers, but he also deals seriously with generational rebellion when his people reject his ways. That's it for today. Be well, friends.